My name is Garrett Graham. I'm the Commercial Markets Manager for Libro Credit Union, based out of London, but Libro stretches from Kitchener to Windsor and then lake to lake. So we've got a big, we cover all of southwestern Ontario, put it that way. With my role, I deal directly with business owners and manage a team of account managers. And obviously, lately, we are well aware of the amount of stress being caused to all the business owners with COVID-19 causing social distancing, and obviously with the Ontario government recently shutting down any non-essential businesses. So we've seen basically businesses go from revenue to zero revenue in a matter of, a week, basically. So restaurants obviously are impacted, of the tourism industry, amongst hair salons. There's churches, there's childcare. There's just so many that have been impacted. It's hard to keep up, really. So what I would say is that Libro is there to help as much as we can to get businesses and our personal owners, we call our customers owners, through this difficult time. So the announcements today, what I would say is that government announces things, but then obviously the rollout to operationalize these takes a little bit more time. So of the announcements, obviously the big one is moving the 10% subsidy for employees up to 75%, allowing I would think a lot of businesses that are completely shut down to at least keep some of their staff on. The feedback initially was that 10% was not enough, and obviously it's not. So businesses, unfortunately, were going through the process of laying off their staff because there's no way for them to pay them if they're not earning any revenue. So this way, there's definitely a better chance for businesses to keep staff on with that 75% subsidy. So that's a big one. The next piece that came out was there's discussion around kind of these small business loans, $40,000 interest-free, which will be huge for a lot of the businesses I mentioned before that are already shut down. Again, this is to provide just that, to cover some of those fixed costs, or if it is a little bit of salaries, to get them through the next couple of months is really what they're looking for in order to open up again when we can get past COVID. I don't have any information as far as availability of that $40,000 interest-free loan at this point. I think it's going to be, I would like to say it's going to come out very quickly, but my guess is it's going to take a little bit of time to get that operationalized. We're talking about, the financial institutions, including Libro and all the other credit unions and the banks, have to find a way to get those funds out, and it's just unfortunately not instantaneous. So, but it will be coming shortly. And I think from what I heard from Minister of Finance is there's some more details coming on that as early as Monday or Tuesday too. So you got to love entrepreneurs because this is what they do best, but they think of ways to, I'm sure there's business owners that are not sleeping at night and they're thinking of ways that they can reconfigure their business, and a lot of them want to they're not even so much concerned about making profit, they just want to keep their staff and get back to their core business. But some are just totally spinning their business. There's an owner that produces, we'll call it high-end dog biscuits, has flipped completely, and they're completely covered under, they already get monitored by, I can't remember the name of the food safety agency, but so they already get that. So they've been able to flip to muffins and bread that they're offering for pickup online, and you don't even have to get it in your car. They'll just drive up and they'll put it right in your car, whatever you order. So just stuff like that where people are trying to reinvent themselves in order to help out others, and that's just one that I've seen. There's likely more out there that I just haven't even heard of yet, but I thought that was pretty neat. I would say with business owners, if you haven't already, make sure you call your financial institution, whether that's Libro or any of the banks or any of the other credit unions out there. Make sure you reach out and see what the options are. There are different options out there. I mean, we'll get to this, but just talking about deferring principal and interest on your personal mortgage, seeing if there is temporary loans that can be provided outside of even some of the government items that are rolling out. Just make that call and speak to your financial institution, because they all want to help. I know our Libro, we call them coaches, but our Libro coaches and our account managers certainly want to help as much as we can, because we know that everybody's in a tough spot right now. But like businesses are deferring payments on their debt as well. So, you know, similar to the personal side, businesses are getting the option to certainly go interest only, and in some instances going deferral of principal and interest. From Libro standpoint, we're looking at just 3 months at this point, again, with the ability to revisit. And, you know, just speaking from Libro standpoint, we're making that incredibly slick from a delivery standpoint on our end. So business owners have options such as that, and we've seen all businesses come to us and request some relief. You know, there's obviously the immediate impact of businesses that are making no revenue currently, but then that corresponding trickle-down effect, or domino effect, if you will, that goes to employees who have a cut in their earnings, who then may not be able to pay rent, and that might impact the people who own apartment buildings, for example. So, I mean, I guess that my point is that it's being felt everywhere, so no one's really going untouched. I would say at this point, the construction industry seems like the only industry that is faring okay at this point. I don't want to get a lot of angry calls from the construction industry saying that's not true, but it seems like it's okay. So again, going back to advice for business owners, reach out. There's support out there. There's more coming. I would request to be patient, which is really hard to do at a time like this, especially when you have no money coming in the door. But things are happening so fast and rolling out so quickly. Financial institutions are just trying to keep up with those government programs that are coming in. But I would suggest help is on the way, and it's coming quickly.